For 50 years we fought. It's 50 years of fire and ruin against an enemy from the stars. They arrived without warning, their ships blotting out the sun, their weapons turning our cities to glass. We called them the Scourge, the Voidbringers, the Enders. They never spoke, never negotiated, only destroyed. We learned their ways in the crucible of battle. We reverse-engineered their shattered technology, turning their own power against them. Our desperation became our greatest strength. From the ashes of our fallen nations, a unified human army rose, hardened and unforgiving. I was there from the beginning, a young lieutenant, when the skies first burned. Now, as Grand Marshal, I would see it end. Today was the day. Operation Final Dawn. Every ship, every soldier, every last ounce of our will was hurled at their mothership, a monstrous leviathan hanging in orbit like a malevolent god. Our fleets, forged in alien fire, tore through their outer defenses. My own flagship, the Indomitable, led the charge. Its primary cannon, a beast of our own design, powered by a captured singularity, corrupting a hole straight through their hull. The fighting inside was brutal, a meat grinder of plasma and shrapnel, corridors slick with the blood of both sides. We pushed forward, relentless, our only goal, the heart of the beast, their central command nexus. My best soldiers, the Helljumpers, breached the final blast doors. I saw the light of the explosion from my command screen, a brilliant silent star that blossomed and then vanished. The mothership fractured, its pieces tumbling into the atmosphere like fiery tears. Down on Earth, cheers erupted. In bunkers and refugee camps, people wept with joy. We had won. Humanity had faced extinction and spat in its eye. The cost was immeasurable, a planet scarred and a generation lost, but we had survived. We had *1*. As the celebrations began, I took a small team to the largest piece of the wreckage that had survived re-entry, the section containing their command center. We needed to understand why us. What was their grand plan? Conquest? Resources? Simple, mindless destruction? I needed to look our demons in the face. The chamber was eerily intact, humming with a strange low-frequency energy. Alien consoles flickered, their holographic displays still active. My science officer, a brilliant young woman named Alara, managed to interface our systems with theirs. I stood before the main terminal, my heart pounding. "Show me their genesis," I commanded. "Show me their homeworld, me why they came here." The air shimmered. A holographic projection filled the room, not of a monstrous alien landscape, but of a world I knew. Earth. But it was wrong. The oceans were gone, replaced by vast, cracked deserts of salt. The continents were barren, choked by a sickly yellow smog. I saw the ruins of London, the skeletal remains of the Eiffel Tower half buried in red dust. This wasn't their world. This was our asterisk world, dead and gone. Then, figures appeared. They were tall and gaunt, their bodies elongated, their features obscured by complex rebreather masks. But beneath the strange armor, the form was unmistakable. Human. They were human. Ilara gasped beside me. "Marshal, that's not possible." A new projection opened. A star chart. It showed a trajectory not from a distant galaxy, but from our own solar system. From a point in time, not space. They hadn't come from across the stars. They had come from down the years, from our future. The central log began to play, the alien script translating into cold, hard text on our screens. I read the words, and the ground fell away beneath my feet. They weren't invaders. They were a rescue mission. In their time, 200 years from now, Earth was dying. The atmosphere was collapsing, poisoned by a runaway cascade of exotic radiation. The cause? A specific technological breakthrough from the early 21st century. A new form of energy production hailed as the solution to all of humanity's problems. It was cheap, limitless, and clean. For a while, they had traveled back with one goal: to stop us from ever developing it. To prevent the single discovery that would ultimately sign our own death warrant. They couldn't communicate. Their language had evolved too far, and their very presence. Their future biology was hostile to our own, so they tried to cripple our technological infrastructure. targeted our power plants, our research labs, our brightest scientific minds. They weren't trying to exterminate us. They were trying to send us back to the Stone Age, to save us from our own cleverness. But we fought back. We fought with a ferocity they never anticipated. And in our fight, desperate to find an edge, we pushed our science to the absolute limit. We created new weapons, new power sources. We captured their technology, their temporal drives, their singularity cores, and we perfected them. The final entry in their log appeared. It was a tactical analysis of our ultimate weapon, the very cannon on my flagship that had delivered the killing blow. It was a singularity-based energy projector, a scaled-up, weaponized version of the exact power source they had come back to prevent us from ever discovering. The final battle, our greatest victory, had been the trigger. By destroying them, we had finalized our own extinction. We had fired the starting gun for the end of the world. The holographic log faded. Silence filled the command center, heavy and absolute. I looked at Alara. Her face was a mask of pale horror. My hands, the hands that had given the orders, that had signed the death warrant for our future, began to tremble. I looked down at them, seeing not the hands of a savior, but of an executioner. The enemy wasn't some monster from the stars. The enemy was us. It was always us. Through a crack in the wrecked hull, I could see the sky over our ruined planet. The beautiful, clear blue of our victory was beginning to change.
At the edges,
A faint, sickly yellow was starting to creep in. The color of poison, the color of the end. We hadn't won the war. We had just lost it in a way we could never have imagined.